The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Welcome to must-see high school basketball. Two of the top teams in Kentucky meet tonight to settle the 11th Region Championship. I'm Chris LaBar alongside former unforgettable and UK Wildcat Sean Woods. Thank you so much for joining us on Glycod. And partner, we've been looking forward to this one all winter long, and we've got it tonight.
I'll tell you what, everything planned out the way everybody wanted it to. The thing was, could Murray Garvin sustain being this first-year coach? And guess what? He proved to everyone that he could sustain and sustain at a high level and be right here, right now, going against the number one team, not only in the region, but the number two team in the state in the Great Crossing basketball team.
This is an enormous game, and to speak to that, Murray Garvin, who Sean just mentioned, was here at 5:30. He was sitting up by himself in the top bleachers, really just taking everything in. There weren't more than 6 or 8 people here. That speaks to the enormity of this game.
Well, I tell you what, Murray Garvin is a veteran. You may not be a veteran in your eyes or anybody else's eyes because he hasn't been a veteran high school basketball coach, especially in the state of Kentucky. But Murray Garvin has been a 20-year college basketball coach, 12-year head basketball coach at the high level, Division I, and has gone against some of the best coaches in America. And this is just something that has oozed him and rejuvenated his soul. And I'm sure he was up there saying, man, for the first time, my first year, just taking it all in. And thus far, it's been successful. Will he be judged on this game? No, because he's done a great job. He's going against a juggernaut with the number one player in the state of Kentucky, one of the top 25 players in America, and the number one recruit that's going to the University of Kentucky. So he's got his hands full, but I'll tell you what, don't count this Douglas Bronco team out, though, Chris.
Broncos 25-4, as you see, and Murray Garvin, the 4th coach in 4 years. Their stability in this program rock solid all season long.
I asked him, as you're going to hear when we interviewed him, what was it like to get from point A to point B and be this successful? He said, accountability, sustainability, and consistency. And that's who Murray Garvin has been, that's who Murray Garvin is, and that's the reason why Douglas is 25-4, 42nd district runner-up, but won the regular season and fighting for a right to get to the Sweet 16.
Great Crossing is the champion of the 41st district. They're the number 1 or number 2 team, depending upon the poll, in Kentucky at 30-4. And they got by Station on Saturday by 3 points. And Sean, this runs their record in tight games to 6-0.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've been there before. And they got some veteran players and some of the best players in high school basketball players, not only in the state of Kentucky, but also in the country. And they've been tested all over the country. So that's the reason why Coach Steve Page played that really rigorous schedule at the beginning to get these guys ready for these type of situations, and by God, he's done it.
He sure has. St. X won last night. They're probably the favorite at this point in the Sweet 16. The winner of this game might be 1A. That just speaks to the volume of importance in this game.
No doubt about it. And, it's all about taking care of your business. St. X took care of their business. Now the 11th region, who comes out of this situation and taking care of their business to prepare them for the Sweet 16 and maybe having to run into St. X.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight on Glycod. We'll keep you company for the next 2 hours or until they turn the lights out here at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. It's Douglas and it's Great Crossing, and the Warhawks are coached by 6th-year head coach Steve Page, and he'll join us next for some pregame thoughts on Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Well, Steve, what have the last 72 hours been like?
Preparation. You know, I started watching Douglas back, I don't know, 10 days ago or so. I kind of, with our coaching staff, the way we split it up, I kind of took Douglas and just to be ready, knowing we only had, 2 days in between. Kind of spent a lot of time on them before. Ironically enough, the Wednesday after we beat Frankfurt and we knew we would be in the region, we actually didn't know our opponent on Friday. We spent a little time on Douglas that day. We'll be prepared. Doesn't mean we're going to win, but we're going to be prepared. I'm sure they'll do some different stuff than what we've seen on film, and we'll have to adjust on the fly to those things. But our kids are ready. We were here last year. We know what it's about. They're loose. They're ready to go, and we'll see what happens.
What's your greatest concern tonight?
We need to value the ball. We need to rebound, and we need to make sure that Robinson doesn't get a lot of good, easy open looks. So to me, those are probably our three keys. If we can keep our turnovers down, if we can control the glass, and not allow Robinson to get 8 open looks like he did against Catholic the other day. He only made 3 of them, but we can't take our chances. He's such a good shooter; he might make all 8 of them. So I think those are the 3, and then the other one outside of it is they're going to make runs, they're going to make spectacular plays. We can't let that bother us.
From a defensive standpoint, what do you expect to see from them in terms of Malachi? What do they want to try to do with him, do you think?
They didn't double him in December. But pretty much everybody doubles him, so we always expect a double. So I would expect that they would double him, even triple him, whatever you've got to do. They're going to try to work. Busen, I watched him 2 years ago against Reese Potter in the region finals, kind of try to push him out on the floor as much as he could. I'm sure he's going to be as physical as he can, on Malachi tonight.
With the win over Station, you're now 6-0 in games decided by 3 points or less. How would you describe your confidence level when the game gets tight?
Our kids, that's why we put our schedule together. I mean, they know that when the things get tight, they've been there before. We've beaten a lot of good teams, too, in those close games. So, they know how to play in those situations, like just our last possession, the way we guarded that last 16 seconds the other day against Station and didn't even really give them a shot. Got them, a desperation shot, but really didn't give up a shot there in those last couple of minutes. Now, as a coach, I'd like to be celebrating with about a minute left. Instead of last year, we were down 3 with 50 seconds left. So, but it's good to know that if we get in those situations, they're not going to panic. They know they've been there before.
Vince Dawson banged up a little bit, but comes back. How's he feeling?
He's fine. He practiced on Sunday. He came back Sunday. I held him out of, anything contact. We didn't do a lot of contact, but just that was my precaution. Trainer said he was good, but I held him out. He practiced full yesterday, so he's ready to go.
We talked about Malachi on Saturday and what he was like to coach. Well, what about Vince? Describe, what it's been to coach him last few years.
Yeah, same way. Vince and me are the only two of about 5 or 6 guys that have been in our program since day one. He's a COVID, whatever you call it, holdback, whatever the terminology they use. So in 8th grade, he played on our freshman team, and then he started for us since game 6 of, his freshman year. So it's going to be weird next year not having him. But just like Malachi, man, they're phenomenal kids. Trey is a competitor that sometimes, he gets, he gets upset during games and, but he's always locked into what we want to do. It's a great thing about both of them. They're just like I said, both of them are 4.0 students. Both of them are great kids, and both of them are going to have a great future next year when they start in college.
Kids seem very loose tonight.
Yeah. They were rocking some music on the bus. I got to put headphones in. I don't listen to what they listen to.
Good luck tonight, Steve. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Head Coach Page will be right back after this.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Tonight's broadcast is authorized by Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School and the 11th Region, with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. It's Douglas, and it's Great Crossing, about 15 minutes ahead of the 11th Region Championship. And Sean, hearing Coach Page talk about Tate Robinson and the importance that he plays from a defensive standpoint. Made 3 big threes. Now he's got 71 on the year.
I'll tell you what, you can't substitute a shooter. And he does great things for his team. And then he's the marksman, the guy that you really got to pay attention to for the other team. And as much as versatile as Douglas is, he's the guy that can break you back at the right time, making threes.
So many weapons for both these teams. Found it interesting. Steve talked about potentially a triple team on Malachi. You've talked with Murray in great depth. What do you expect to see tonight?
They're going to try to be physical with him, of course. They're going to take some of what Bryan Station did, just didn't do it the whole game, and really it helped Bryan Station was don't give him any clean layups. Make him earn things at the line. Don't give him any what you call motivation plays, which is like dunks and ones. Don't give him those, and just really make it tough for him. Front him, be physical with him, try to push him out. Like he said, Buse is going to try to take him out of his sweet spots. But the main thing is make him earn everything, and then he cannot, if you're Douglas, he cannot be allowed to just dominate the game at every facet like he's normally doing.
And he shoots free throws pretty well on the year, about to 66%, but only 3 of 10 on Saturday.
Well, I tell you what, 66% coming down the stretch when it really counts is like 50%, Chris. So you want to make him earn everything. And also, it's a 50-50 shot, a 60% chance of him making that free throw, more so than a 90% chance of him making that layup or dunk.
Murray Garvin will join our Sean Woods next. Murray, the reigning KABC 11th Region Coach of the Year. That conversation on the way back from Glycod.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Here with men's head basketball coach from Douglas, Murray Garvin. Championship night, man. You know, you've worked all year. You've talked to your guys from day one what the mission was. And thus far, you have accomplished it. One more night before you cut the nets down, knowing that you're going to the Sweet 16, which has been the ultimate goal. How you feeling?
Oh, man, it's a dream come true to get to this game. When I took this job, Sean, people said Douglas was over with. We can't possibly compete. Kids have left the program. It's their 4th coach in 4 years. Everybody gave all the excuses for us not to have success. Our young men bought into what I was asking them to do. We're right here, right now. We're in the moment. We're playing against a team that everybody expected us to play against. And it's 32 minutes, man. I'm just curious to see what we get.
You started in August, okay? Just say you started in August. And you knew what your vision was. What did it take? You know, I'm not asking you what the remedy was, but just from an ultimate situation, just from a vague, just give me a vague answer. What did you do that you made sure you stood the course so everyone else can follow suit?
Consistency. Consistency in my discipline, consistency and nobody was bigger than the program, consistency in working out and getting our guys to understand the vision that I had for this program. Being consistent with my behavior, being consistent with my coaching style. These kids were hungry for consistency. Whenever you have so much change, they want to know how you're going to be every day, how you show up, what is your approach, what is your philosophy, and then they want to know that you're competent. I believe our coaching staff established that early, and that's a big contributor and reason why we're here right now.
Murray, you and I have kind of had the same kind of path. You know, I don't know where I'm going to be at, you know, after this season, whatever, but what was the transition like coming from Division I, being a head coach, being in the fire? You mentioned the other day preparing for some of the best coaches in America in the trenches in a low-resource type of situation. What has been the difference?
Well, the biggest transition is the game is different. 4 quarters to 2 halves, 5-second count. Teams can hold the ball for a whole quarter if they choose to. The time, you don't get as much time with the young men as you do in college. In college, you can wake up and be in the weight room. You can see them at midday. You can see them in the afternoon. Then you have study table at night. In high school, you got like a 2-hour window to make magic happen in the afternoons. And it's taught me, I had to go back and learn to teach the game. College athletes come with a lot of ready-made skills and ability. High school guys, you got to develop, you got to create an environment where they want to work out, where they're okay with failing and then trying to get it right and take correction. And, you know, we've tried to do that in a very short time here at Douglas. I feel like we've been successful. Anytime you win 25 games and you compete for championships, not only at the end of the season, but we competed for championships in the middle of the year, at the beginning of the year, and now at the end of the year. So it's been a great season, and I'm not measuring this season by the results tonight. It's already been a success, but tonight will just be the cherry on top.
Well, let's get to the realization of the situation. What you have to do, give me the keys to what you got to do to have success tonight and cut those nets down.
I feel like we got to rebound. We got to make the big fella run. We got to make him play every inch of that court, make him guard. We can't give up easy baskets. We can't give up and ones. If Malachi gets deep post-ups, you might as well put 2 points on the board. So we got to keep him out of the deep post, and we got to play smart. But also they have to play us as well. A lot of people has asked me, what do we have to do for them? They have to make some adjustments for us as well. So it's going to be a heck of a basketball game. I look forward to it. They're the champions. You can't be a champion until you beat the champion. That's what the Nature Boy told me. To be the man, you got to beat the man.
That's right.
So right now, Coach Page and his program has the heavyweight title, and we're a contender, and we're going to go for it.
Well, I'm not your frat brother, but I am your professional brother,
Right.
coming from the same type of situation. So I'm rooting for you, man, and good luck tonight.
I appreciate you, Sean. Thank you.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Tonight's keys to the game are presented by Tech 24. If you're seeking a fresh start to your career, then contact Tech 24 as they offer commercial food service repair company positions in Lexington. Brad Wilson is the contact at 864-549-8344 or visit mytech24.com. Sean, you heard both coaches describe what is most important. What stands out for you first for Douglas?
Well, for Douglas, Chris, they must keep Marino's production to a minimum. Can't let him dominate the game in every aspect like he's been used to doing. 2, their defensive pressure must create points. You know, when they get opportunities, they got to make great cross and pay from their pressure. 3, got to gain rebound. Have to win that category to have a chance. I thought Bryan Station really did a good job of giving themselves a chance by really neutralizing and being even on the backboard. Number 4, got to make free throws, because you know there's going to be a lot of fouling and a lot of athleticism going around, enough bumping and banging, and they're going to get their opportunities to make free throws. Number 5, find a way to bring Marino out and drive him, like Murray Garvin said. Bring him out and then use your speed and quickness at every position to create a type of advantage for yourself. And number 6, don't let Vance Dawson get going from the 3. he can be the difference maker. When everybody's thinking about Malachi, he's the guy who really sticks the dagger in you.
Let's take a quick look. The bridge version for Great Crossing. They need to get off to a hot start.
No doubt about it. Must have a great start. Kill Douglas's confidence from the jump if they can. 2, handle Douglas's defensive pressure. Number 3, got to make free throws. I thought Malachi was kind of suspect last game against Bryan Station, which gave them an opportunity to stay in the game. Number 4, L.J. Holman has to be tough enough to navigate through and don't get rattled. And number 5, dominate the glass. Got to rebound the basketball, and if they do that, that means Malachi Moreno is really having a big-time presence in this game.
Starting lineups, opening tip to settle the 11th region right after this on Glycod.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky, Community Action Council, New Vista, Tech 24, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs. Now courtside for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Frederick Douglass, Great Crossing, 11th Region Championship live tonight on Glycod. Wherever you are, thank you so much for joining us. Please subscribe to our YouTube platform as well as we strive to bring you the most positive production of high school athletics in the state of Kentucky. Let's take a look at your starting lineups. The expected 5 for both teams, presented by Roosters. At Roosters, it's a fun, casual place and a great place to watch tonight's game on Glycod. Visit any of their 3 Central Kentucky locations or order online at roosterswings.com. DeMarcus Surratt, J.J. Jenkins, a pair of all 11th region performers, lead the starting 5. Avion Chenault, Tate Robinson, and Mr. Utility Man Logan Busen conclude the starters. The expected 5 for Crossing, Vince Dawson and L.J. Holman form a very solid backcourt. Jamari Mason in as a senior. Then you've got Gage Richardson and, of course, the McDonald's All-American Malachi Moreno, 22 points and 15 rebounds. He has had a double-double in all but 3 games for Crossing this season. And of all the nights we've been here, this is the 3rd evening. This unquestionably the best crowd of the trio.
I tell you what, Chris, there won't be another game like this until the championship game of the Sweet 16. The best region in the state of Kentucky was the 11th region, and 2 of the top 4 or 5 teams in the state are playing right now in this moment. And I don't think there's been another regional game, semifinal championship game that's going to, be anticipated as much as this basketball game tonight.
Such a gorgeous day today in Lexington. Some discussion that maybe the crowd would be down a little bit because of the weather, some other things to do, but my, oh my, very few empty seats as we look at both landscapes.
I tell you what, there's a lot of things that people like to do in the state of Kentucky, but one of them is watching basketball, and not only that, watching big-time high school basketball in Fayette County.
Wonderful feat for both these teams. They've had fabulous years, and they've beaten credible teams just to get to this point. And either Douglass or Great Crossing will play in 2 weeks at the Sweet 16. Let's take a look at the officials and what an honor it is for these guys to officiate the big game tonight. James Johns, Chaz Beerbaum, and Gerald Gray. Series dead even at 3 with great crossing. They've won the last 3, including earlier this December, 78-70.
You could just feel the excitement in the air, Chris. And I tell you what, who's ever driving down Manowar past Dunbar High School is missing a treat, baby.
Avion Chenault and Malachi Moreno to jump. And Broncos with possession to start. And Vince Dawson to shadow DeMarcus Surratt to begin the festivities for Douglas.
Yeah, Douglas is going to try to spread. Great crossing out and drive him.
Moreno with an early rejection as he'll deny J.J. Jenkins, and scarfing up the loose balls, L.J. Holman.
Moreno starts the game off with a big-time block.
Gage Richardson is off from the paint, and the rebound brought down by Avion Chenault. Surratt has it tickle off, and goaltending per Chas Beerbaum will count the basket.
Big-time crossover move by DeMarcus Surratt. Telling Malachi, you too late, baby. I'm getting this to the glass. This is your senior year. I'm a junior. Hopefully I'm just as highly touted as you are next year as you are this year.
So Broncos pick up in straight man. We'll see how that impacts this very strong, great crossing backcourt.
Yeah, I think Murray's going to wait a couple possessions before he goes all out in his full court press.
L.J. Holman, he's left-handed. He's going to utilize that and drive right to the basket and tie the game.
We're talking about Vince Dawson. We're talking about Malachi Moreno. But the person who stirs the coffee and really puts pressure on the other team's defense is L.J. Holman.
There's Avion Chenault and Moreno, 2 early blocks for great crossing.
Yeah, they're trying him too soon.
Vince Dawson in the corner. Entry. Moreno underneath. Left dash short. Gobbled it back. Put it in.
Too easy. Can't let him get that deep post position. No chance with the height and strength that he has.
Moreno 2 points, a rebound, and 2 blocks. So we barely played 90 seconds from Dunbar.
I like the aggressiveness by Douglas. Uh-oh!
And Chenault, Mason bumping Chenault, darting to the basket, and it's a turnover out of bounds to great crossing.
Yeah, I thought he got grabbed. right then and there, but the refs didn't see it.
There's Gage Richardson inbounding to L.J. Holman for this great crossing team, averaging 76 a game, leading scorer in the 11th region, leading scoring team.
Yeah, they're averaging 76, and Douglas is averaging 73. Great pressure right there by J.J.
Up top, Vince Dawson flings a 3, well shortened. Rebound gobbled up by DeMarcus Surratt.
Good defense there by Douglas.
And the handoff back to DeMarcus Surratt, the initiator of this Broncos offense.
Yeah, you got to run
inside the arc. We got a whistle and a foul on great crossing.
Now, Chris, what I see here is Murray's trying to create a ball screen so Malachi can come out. But Malachi's not going to come too far out on DeMarcus Surratt. So DeMarcus Surratt's got to come off that thing and shoot that pull-up jump shot. Interesting call right here. I thought the foul was called on on great crossing.
That makes 2 of us. So Douglas, going to be Logan Busen that's cited. And an early foul goes against the Broncos as L.J. Holman into forecourt for crossing.
Douglas is going to switch everything, continue to pressure the basketball. Look at that right. Oh!
J.J. Jenkins picks up the second Broncos foul.
Ooh, I like that pressure right there by J.J. That's my type of playing right there defensively. I don't like that call by the ref. They got to let him play a little bit.
Murray Garvin at the top right corner of your screen as Vince Dawson, 15-foot pull-up. That's out, and rebound secured by Avion Chenault of Douglas.
Great block out by Avion Chenault.
3 minutes elapsed. Douglas started with the DeMarcus Surratt field goal. Crossing has scored 4 in succession. Surratt heaves a 3. Well, long rebound. Chased down by 24, Logan Busen.
Yeah, Douglas got to do a lot of that, create some second chance opportunities by out-hustling, great crossing the balls.
And Mr. Marcus Surratt underneath us in a cramped house tonight at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Tate Robinson up top. He's made 71 threes on the year. Look at Mason close.
Yeah, they're closing out on Tate Robinson, making sure he don't get that jump shot off.
Chenault, nice head fake, and a foul on great crossing underneath. Avion picks himself up off the mat, and he'll toe the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, Avion had Gage Richardson on the ISO out there on the wing. Did a good job of driving him and forcing him to foul.
Gage Richardson called first foul on the Warhawks as Avion Chenault. Pair of free throws for Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, Avion's got to settle down a little bit. I see him breathing hard, hyperventilating, super excited. You know, I'm sure everybody out here is hyperventilating right now. It's going to take another minute or so before everybody starts to settle down.
Avion has been in so many big games in his career. Many for Nathan McPeak, who is here tonight, by the way. Frederick Douglass is a football coach.
Here we go with the pressure.
In a 4-3, great crossing advantage. There's Vince Dawson nudging it in the corner to Mason, and Surratt at length to catapult it back out of bounds.
Great defense. Another way to stop Malachi from getting easy touches when he's got great position is ball pressure. And you saw Surratt right there did a great job of getting the deflection, knowing that they're trying to throw it inside to him.
Gage Richardson to nudge it in play for crossing. Return from Vince Dawson. That shot off, and Busen head up with a rebound as he'll find Chenault, and he twirls on the near side, and it's touch last, says James Johns, the trailing official, out off of Vince Dawson.
Yeah, this is where Jackson's got to get better at having confidence and bringing the basketball up, especially in transition there. Gave it up a little too early where he almost turned the ball over.
And DeMarcus Surratt finds Tate Robinson. Now a pair of 24s on the sideline with Moreno against Busen. DeMarcus Surratt. J.J. Jenkins with a step on the left, crawls in the lane, and it's sent out of town. And Gage Richardson down the slope. And there's goaltending for Avion Chenault, and the basket will count.
Great block again by Malachi Moreno. So far, so good as far as protecting the rim.
That's 3 early blocks, and Chenault left that one harmlessly on the way up.
Okay, now you know where he's coming, okay? So you got to do one or two things. When you drive, he's got to be on the same side to where you're driving at, so he has to stay home. Or 2, when you drive, you have to drive under control and come to 2 feet. Get him up in the air, and maybe who he's guarding can be open for a layup.
Terry Kaysen checks in for Douglass. He's donning number 1. He has the ball momentarily.
And Kaysen is a capable three-point shooter also. This could be a big game for him.
There's Avion Chenault initiating contact, lofts it long,
That's
and
what I'm talking about.
Follows.
I just said it, Chris. Drive on the same side, which was directly in the middle. Just make sure he doesn't block it, and make sure your teammate can rebound, offensive rebound on the other side. That's what happened.
Dawson finding Moreno, tapped out of there by J.J. Jenkins, and Jenkins going to take it himself and leave it short. And a whistle, and L.J. Holman, and a bailout foul called on great crossing.
Tough play right there by J.J. Jenkins. I thought he should have given it up for a sure layup, but he kept it. Now he's going to the line for 2.
An errant shot, and Broncos Jenkins to the foul line. 67% free throw shooter on the campaign.
But he knocked that one down.
Tate Robinson checks out for Frederick Douglass. Number 4, Decray Talbert, is in there. You see him at the right middle of your screen.
And he's the energy guy. He's the guy who comes off the bench and brings great energy and toughness at the point guard spot.
And that went in as the Broncos retake the lead.
Yeah, this is a good matchup right here with Surratt and LJ.
And Holman finding Moreno, who Will float it over to Vince Dawson on the weave.
Great switch right there by Douglas.
Richardson dumps it down low. Well done for 2.
Great ball movement by by great crossing to create that direct angle for a layup with Malachi Moreno.
Richardson with the assist. Moreno with the basket. Surratt fades long, and Moreno reels in the Warhawk rebound.
Yeah, got to get a better shot than that. Those are the shots that Great Crossing want you to take.
There's Moreno around the clock. Vince Dawson. High-low, nice grab by Malachi, and he is clobbered on the way up. I believe 3 DeMarcus Surratt is involved.
Now, Chris, I may sound like a mean guy, okay, but you're talking about trying to win a regional championship right there. You have to be more physical in that situation right there. You just can't block the shot and let him get a foul. He really has to feel you, and sometimes you got to put him on his back to make him feel you too. And I think Douglas, sooner or later, going to have to become more physical because you want him to think about those free throws a little bit too when his hands are burning.
So this is the $64,000 question, if you will. How will Moreno shoot free throws tonight? Again, 3 of 10 Saturday in the close win versus Bryan Station. Thus far, he's 1 for 1.
Yeah, but those hands aren't burning. I thought Bryan Station did a great job of smacking that hand, letting that ball come up. Douglas hadn't done that yet.
Nice start.
No doubt about it.
The foul line for 24, Malachi Moreno, and Great Crossing now by 3 as we played 6 minutes.
Double ball screen here, roll. So Douglas has to get more ball movement.
Houston will survey his options. There's Kaysen, 15-footer.
Good pull-up.
Well off to the left, and the rebound by Great Crossing as Vince Dawson will handle. Back to 24, Moreno. There you go.
See, that's too easy, Chris. That's too easy.
Malachi with 8 early points, and what is now a Great Crossing 5-point lead. Talbert applies the break.
See, the problem is right now, Buson's not even looking at the rim, so Malachi's really playing straight safety. They got to put pressure on Malachi to make him play defense there.
Talbert finds J.J. Jenkins at 3, well long, and fumbled out of bounds off of Moreno. It'll stay Douglas as Avion Chenault and Tate Robinson, 2 initial starters, check in. And Great Crossing will counter with 6-foot junior number 3, Trevante Cooper. We've yet to see Brady Orem, the very impressive freshman. Oh, there he is, Sean.
Yes, he is.
Orem has just checked in, number 34.
He had a great game the other day, just being solid, making key free throws down the stretch.
Orem 7 points, 3 rebounds in that win. There's the entry to Tate Robinson.
See, the good thing about... There you go. There you go. There you go. Got to create that type of situation every single time. Have to attack him, make him...
There's Orem for the answer.
The young fella is growing up right before our eyes.
14-9, balance of this first quarter.
Yeah, Douglas got to continue to attack Malachi, make him commit, and then dish it to the guy he's leaving.
As J.J. Jenkins eyes it, it's under 8. Jenkins finding Chenault at 4. Chenault driving, Chenault exploding, denied again. And that's going to close the first quarter as Malachi Moreno, a block on Avion Chenault in the remnants of this first quarter.
That's why he's a McDowell All-American, Chris. Big-time high school shot blocker. And that's what Kentucky's going to need next year when he wears the big blue.
Be right back. 14-9 Crossing. You're watching Glycon.
New year career means next-level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Great crossing by 5 as we welcome you back. Malachi Moreno showing his imprint all over the first 8 minutes.
That was one of the keys, Chris. Don't let him dominate in every facet. Well, he's dominating, getting the ball down low, putting the ball back in the basket. He's dominating on the defensive end. They're blocking shots, and he's starting the break. So his presence is truly felt thus far in that first quarter.
Murray Garvin getting an explanation from official James Johns as great crossing, a very impressive first 8 minutes, and they'll start with the basketball to begin this second quarter.
Douglas comes out in the zone.
Vince Dawson, a 3. That's off the mark, and Jenkins sneaks in for the Broncos rebound. Strong drive for 2. That's number 4, Dakari Talbert.
He's the toughest guy on the court, Chris. He's always in attack mode. Big-time football player.
Brady Orem thought about it momentarily. And the entry knocked out by Chenault, as you also saw Tate Robinson trailing the entry underneath on the baseline.
Yeah, I'm sure Murray Garvin made some adjustments at the end of that first quarter on trying to make it more difficult for Malachi to get a ball.
There's the entry right in front of the basket, and Vince Dawson banked it in.
They're paying attention to Malachi, and Vince Dawson snuck around on the other side and got an easy layup.
There's Dakari Talbert triggering a 3. That one swirled out, and the rebound secured by Vince Dawson.
They're going to have to make some of those too, Chris, to stay in this basketball game.
There's Cooper teeing it up, and it's off, and Chenault snared it just in the nick of time as Busen bobbles in the open floor, and the follow is off as well.
Wow, great pass by Chenault. Just couldn't capitalize on the layup.
Dawson.
Here he comes.
And a big answer.
It was just a matter of time before he starts to make his presence felt in this basketball game.
That's a big early swing. Is the lead now a high watermark margin of 8.
Can't continue. You got to find him, especially in transition.
J.J. Jenkins flinging a 3. That's off as well, and Busen there chases it down for Douglas. Broncos look a little bit unsettled here right now.
Yeah, they do. Okay, now Chenault has him on a one-on-one situation. Let's see if he isolates him. Switch out on the freshman now.
There's Busen trying to draw Moreno out from underneath. Avion Chenault tries his luck. And Moreno again controlling the backboard for great crossing.
Yeah, that was a great defensive stance right there by great crossing.
L.J. Holman utilizing him. Orem screen. That 3's off, and the rebound collected by Avion Chenault of Frederick Douglass, who badly needs a basket. Chenault challenges Moreno, and it trickles in.
Great move, tough move right there by Chenault. Catching Moreno off guard a little bit, running the ball right up his back.
And the 19-13 crossing lead, nearing the 5-minute mark, first half.
Great pressure right there by Talbert.
There's Vince Dawson again underneath Moreno. He'll catch it and connect.
Too easy again. Busen has no chance from his size and weight to handle Malachi down there that close to the basket.
Crossing back up by 8. Curry Talbert finding Chenault, stride baseline, and Chenault again denied, and this time they're going to call a foul on Moreno.
Ooh, I thought Moreno went straight up.
Avion, one of Douglas's most aggressive players, and he is going to continue to challenge the big guy.
No doubt about it. Now, he may be the best athlete on the floor right now, bar none. But it's just, Moreno's just so good at timing and really meeting you at the rim.
There's Steve Page with a wry grin. As Avion Chenault. A slight delay here. I'm not sure he's over now chatting with Murray Garvin.
Well, they may need a sub. I don't know.
I don't know if Chenault's banged up a little bit, but it appears he's a little bit ginger as he's in the middle of a conversation with both Murray Garvin and two of the three officials. It's just at the far right of your screen. And DeMarcus Surratt's going to check in for Douglas, and Avion Chenault going to be subbed out.
Yeah, I hope he can make it back in. You know, it's kind of a head injury.
So Chenault banged up a little bit as he walks down to the end of the Broncos bench.
Sit down and knock those cobwebs out. Come back and join the party.
And DeMarcus Surratt, fresh in the game, will shoot 2 free throws. And crossing now by a touchdown.
Yeah, DeMarcus Surratt, 76% free throw shooter, where Avion Chenault was 61%. So,
rebound collected by Gage Richardson of great crossing. There's Mason scooting to the basket, banking it in.
Great pump fake, one bounce, get to the rim.
And the Broncos now trailing by 9. Talbert with a stride. Finds James Clear. And Clear, the outlet to J.J. Jenkins.
Wasn't a bad idea right there by Talbot. Came to a jump stop. Moreno committed, but...
There's DeMarcus Surratt, a 3. Did not get the roll, and Clear closed and knocked it out of bounds. The possession arrow will be great crossing.
Yeah. This is what makes great teams good on the defensive end. And right now, great crosses making it tough for Douglas to get going.
Got a Frederick Douglass timeout. We're back in 30 seconds on Glycod.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Broncos out of a timeout, trailing 23-14 as Murray Garvin continues to seek the right answers on that sideline.
Well, Chris, they're doing all the right things, but sometimes the guy who's really receiving the pass isn't ready to score because he's got to score quick because of the quickness in the second jump by Moreno. So sooner or later, Douglas is going to have to start making some jump shots here.
Holman, L.J. Holman lost it on the way up, and the ball now in the hands of Avion Chenault for Douglas, and getting back on defense was Jamari Mason to deflect it out. Possession underneath Broncos.
Great defensive effort by Mason. Get back and disrupt that 2-on-1 situation.
As Jakari Talbert to initiate underneath. There's J.J. Jenkins with a step left, lofts it off the glass, and it's in.
Great move right there by J.J. Jenkins, getting it high off the glass. Took it to a place where Moreno couldn't get it.
Lead at 7 as Great Crossing leads 23-16. There's Mason hoisting a 3, did not get the roll, and Chenault claims the rebound for Douglas.
I'll tell you what, Douglas will continue to do what they do.
Talbert, Surratt, all the way in and out. Jenkins tries. There you go.
They're going to try to push it down your throat and make Malachi run. As you saw right there, he was slow getting back.
There's the entry to Moreno, and Chenault
Chanel said, get that stuff out of here, big fella.
There's Dakari twirling, and the follow still won't go. Surratt around the clock. Avion is free. And Moreno with a rebound, and he's bothered underneath, and J.J. Jenkins called for the foul as the Broncos missed a golden opportunity.
Wow, that was good basketball there by Douglas. It's very unfortunate they couldn't capitalize on it.
J.J. Jenkins with his second foul. Holman between the wickets. There's the entry to Moreno. That's easy again.
See, J.J. gave up on that play right there. That's no good. That's bad defense. If you can't get the ball, just play behind him and make him take a tough shot over you.
Again, Jenkins with 2 fouls. You've got a Bronco, Terry Cason's at the scores table, and I'll lay you odds he's going to check in for Jenkins.
Well, everybody's breathing hard right now.
There's Surratt flinging it off the glass, and this time it stays in.
Great move by Surratt. One of the top juniors in the state.
Both teams exchange baskets. Great crossing by a nickel with 2 minutes and a half. Holman, entry Moreno. Back out to Vince Dawson, hoist to 3, yes!
Inside to out, baby. The dynamic duo. One's averaging 21.6, the other's averaging 18.1. And they're both staying in the state of Kentucky to go to school.
28-20, there's Surratt being bumped on the path. And Avion retreats. A very critical 90 seconds for Frederick Douglass.
Got to get something on this possession here, Chris.
Mr. Curry Talbert veering in. The path is open, and he is denied by L.J. Holman. Holman. There's Richardson that could not hang on, and Surratt all the way to the basket, and he'll initiate contact to Moreno with his second foul.
Way to attack him. I thought Talbot was wide open for a 3 there, but DeMarcus Surratt decided to attack the big fella with success that time.
Yeah, Talbot was pleading for the ball coming up the floor on the left side.
Yeah, but I think Surratt got upset with Talbot because after he got a shot block, he threw his hands up in there and didn't get back on defense.
Lead at 7. A multitude of players checking in as we take a look. There's Talbot, says, throw me the ball, throw me the ball.
Now that Moreno's out, let's see what Douglas does from a strategy standpoint. I'm sure they're going to continue to attack the rim even more now.
And Surratt's missed a couple from the foul line. 7-point Great Crossing lead under a minute, second quarter. Here's Holman to Gage Richardson up top. Richardson working against Travis Jones. That shot is off the mark, and the rebound snared by Tate Robinson. Terry Cason with a stride.
Good
Robinson cuts and completes.
Great cut right there by Tate Robinson. See, right now, Chris, there's nobody protecting the rim for Great Crossing, so Douglas is going to try to take advantage of it.
5-point Great Crossing lead. Vince Dawson utilizing a screen from the freshman Orem. There's Richardson. And now Great Crossing on the attack under 10. Dawson twirling in the lane. High arcer is in again.
Morehead State, you're getting a good one, baby. You are getting a good one, Jonathan Maddox.
And Surratt's shot off the mark.
Great move there at the end of the quarter, the end of the half by Vince Dawson.
Vince, so many big shots in his career, and this one, as the clock winding down, bumps it to 7.
Old school spin move, getting him on his hip, shooting over him with a fadeaway. Vince Dawson, Jonathan Maddox can't wait to get you.
Great Crossing by 7 at the turn, 30-23. More coverage on the other side of this timeout. You're watching the 11th Region Basketball Championship from Glycod.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete. Mathnasium unlocks the math potential in every child.
Back live at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. It's halftime of the 11th Region title game. Great Crossing leading Frederick Douglass 30-23. Sean, what has stood out for you in this first half?
Well, Chris, I tell you what, the rebounding situation is a +5 for Douglas. That scares me coming down the stretch because that's hustle points. But the points, the emphasis is this. Great Crossing is shooting 52% from the field. Douglas is only shooting 30. That's the basketball game right now. Douglas has got to become more efficient in finding ways of either trying to beat Malachi down the court for buckets in transition, or somebody's going to have to start making jump shots because Malachi's done a great job of protecting the rim thus far as a whole.
Great Crossing by 7. Let's take a look at your Scholar Athlete of the Week for this game presented by our great partners at Mathnasium. They are changing lives through math. Mathnasium, a couple of Central Kentucky locations, and again, trusted by over 1 million parents Logan Busen, tonight's Scholar Athlete of the Week. Logan is off to Bucknell next year for football. 4.0 GPA, excels in both football and basketball. And we've seen so many guys here this year, Sean, with 4.0 GPAs and sometimes even in greater. That just speaks to the great academics here in Fayette County.
No doubt about it. And that's very refreshing because it's called student athlete. And nowadays, getting a degree is so important. And the fact that these coaches, you know, that's a major point. These coaches are creating that type of emphasis on making sure that these guys do the right thing as far as their academics are concerned.
We'll take a timeout. We'll update the ticker. There you go. We got some halftime stats as well. The 30-23 Great Crossing lead over Frederick Douglass. Sean and I with more coverage in just a minute.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
With fast signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast signs, make your statement.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Let's take a look at your halftime numbers presented by our partners at Community Action Council. They are helping people and changing lives. Douglass shut out from 3, 0 of 7, but as Sean mentioned, 5 more turnovers, and both teams taking very good care of the ball.
Yes, they are. That's one thing that they're doing, but Douglass has to start making some type of shots from the outside because it's so difficult getting those high percentage shots on the inside with Malachi Moreno down there. Going 0 for 7, that's the reason why they're down 7, hadn't made not 1 3. So somehow, some way, first of all, they got to look at the basket when they're open and stop trying to size them up because all they're doing is letting Great Crossing just really set and anticipate everything that they're doing.
From a foul perspective, J.J. Jenkins has 2 fouls for Douglas, but so does Malachi Moreno for crossing, and I would have to think that's going to be a huge focal point for Douglas's offense.
No doubt about it. Douglas has to continue to attack and create some type of situation to create more pressure on Malachi to get him, have a chance for him to foul. Now with JJ, that comes with the course, but Douglas at that position is so deep. You're going to get some fouls from certain guys just because of the style of play, especially with the way they press.
What has impressed you the most about this great crossing team thus far?
Well, they simplify things on defense. All they do is funnel you down to the big fella and allow him to block all the shots. So that's one thing. Two, they're so unselfish, and they know exactly what they want to do and how they want to get the ball to Malachi. And then three, you got another big-time Division I player on the team, and Vince Dawson, who can go and create his things when things get weary. So they got pretty much everything. And then you have a young point guard who's up and coming. Is going to be one of the one of the most talented point guards, not only in the state of Kentucky, but has a chance to be one of the best in the country as a sophomore.
We've seen crossing now for a couple of years, and Vince Dawson, we've said this before, but anytime they need a basket, he delivers. It's just an uncanny, his ability to make clutch baskets.
He just plays his role. He's never out of control. He lets the game come to him. He knows the main emphasis is to get the ball to Malachi. If Malachi's got it going, that means that everybody's going to start really crunching down on him. And as you saw in one of those jump shots that he made, there was a great inside to out because everybody really clinched down on Malachi.
Second half next. Great crossing, 30. Frederick Douglass, 23. Be right back after this.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Welcome back to Paul Lawrence Dunbar, side of the 11th Region Championship game. Frederick Douglass 25-4, Great Crossing 30-4, and Crossing 7 clear as we get set for quarter number 3.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris, if we want to decide the mental state of this basketball game coming into the second half, I think Douglass should be feeling really, really good about themselves. The pressure is really on Great Crossing, more so than Douglass. And I really feel a run.
There's DeMarcus Surratt banking it in.
Right when I'm going to say it, great start by Douglass, by Surratt.
DeMarcus now with points 7 and 8, leading point getter tonight for the Broncos.
Which allows Douglass to get right back into their pressure, their half-court pressure.
Holman rifles it right through Dawson, and it's going to leak out of bounds. Touched last by J.J. Jenkins of Douglass.
Yeah, I think the pressure's on Great Crossing right now. Just to make sure they get through this game, just to, try to reach Malachi's dreams of ending his high school career. Cutting down the nets in Rupp Arena.
There's Vince Dawson on the inbound. There's Avion Chenal, a very tall defensive task in front of him. L.J. Holman, left wing. And Logan Busen comes out with it. Surratt runs the floor. DeMarcus lays it in.
Great defensive possession right there by Douglass. I told you, Chris, I feel a run by Douglass.
Surratt 4 quick points. We start this second half. The lead now at 3 for Crossing.
Now, Great Crossing's got to settle down a little bit and try to navigate through this pressure and this sense of urgency by Douglass.
It's Gage Richardson in front of the Crossing bench. High-low. Moreno through the double team, lays it in.
See right there, Chris, great execution by Great Crossing, but bad defensive execution by Douglass. You got to give up a foul right there and make him earn that at the free throw line. Great move right there by Chenault.
Avion Chenault crafting that in off the window, and the Broncos outscoring Crossing 6-2 in this second half. Holman dumps it down. The overplay punched it back from Buse, and now J.J. Jenkins grasps it for Douglass. There's Jenkins accelerating, and the follow is in.
Timeout, Great Crossing. Big time run by Douglass.
Avion Chenault, an acrobatic putback. Let's take another look as we head into a media break.
Behind the back. Missed the layup, but the best athlete in the gym follows it up. Avion Chenault.
1-point ball game. We'll be right back.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Great Crossing by 1 after a timeout.
Well, Great Crossing's got to get some ball movement and find better ways, because the adjustment that Douglass made as far as defending Moreno is they got big-time midline pursuit, weak side pursuit there.
Vince Dawson, a step back 3. There you go.
Right when you need it, he gives it to you.
Uncanny. There's Tate Robinson in the corner.
So you got to take that right there.
J.J. Jenkins
Got to take
answers.
that. Got to take that. It's a ball game, Chris. It is a dandy ball game right now.
Broncos outscoring Great Crossing 10-4 in this second half. Mason from the elbow flings it long. Got his own rebound, though. And there's Jenkins to bat it underneath to the freshman Orem. Mason flings a 3, and it's in.
Big time shot right there by Mason. Only shooting 28% from three, but he made a big one right there.
On a second chance point as well, and a 38-34 great crossing lead.
Didn't even score a point last game against Bryan Station in the semifinals.
There's DeMarcus Surratt requesting a screen and gets it.
Got to trust the jump shot if you're Douglas. There you go.
Jenkins,
good pull up.
Elbow, well long. Robinson cleans it up.
See, you bring in Malachi out just enough for your guys to beat their man to get an offensive rebound.
There's Vince Dawson inching it in the corner now up top to the senior Gage Richardson. Dawson again elevates a three. This one off, and Surratt cleans it up for Douglas.
They just get off to the race as soon as they get a rebound.
All the way to the basket. It's deflected out. Looks like touch last by great crossing.
That's Douglas's game. As soon as they get the rebound, they want to push it at them and really beat them down the floor before Malachi gets there, and they've done a good job thus far in this third quarter.
Surratt to inbound underneath. Evian Chenault angling baseline. Now between the wickets he marches. And Brady Orem called for the foul, the first foul for either team in the second half.
Got to get paint touches, but you don't have to get so deep where you get in trouble because of the height of Malachi. Just bring him out just a little. If he gives you that pull-up jump shot, trust it.
Surratt to inbound underneath for Frederick Douglass. There's J.J. Jenkins. Driving and erasing is Malachi Moreno.
Anything close, he's going to get it.
Richardson tees it up. Oh, yeah.
Big time play right there. Big time defensive play by Malachi that led to a transition three.
How resilient is crossing every time the Broncos knock on the door, crossing with a little more cushion. They made two huge threes.
That's what makes them so good. That's why they're the number one team in the region.
There's James Clare baseline. Tate Robinson hoists a three. Well off the side of the glass. And Dawson out with it for great crossing, and Robinson called as he bumps him coming up the floor.
Not a bad foul right there by Robinson. Stopping the transition situation for great crossing.
Dakari Talbert at the scores table, as is Terry Kaysen, two reserves for Douglas, both of whom scored a basket in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take everyone who's touching the floor right now to be a participant, especially in the scoring column.
There's Moreno, those two fouls, straddling the elbow. Now Dawson lost the handle on the way up. There's James Clare to tap it back in play. Now Surratt. Kaysen fills the lane, and Kaysen has his shot blocked by Holman. And Dawson ahead of everyone, and it's back in play. Blocked by Surratt. Big time
athletic play by Surratt.
Surratt for a three. That is off, and Clare follows.
See, I think that's the best strategy for Douglas. I don't think Great Crossing wants to get into a track meet with Douglas because I don't think they're not as deep. And Malachi's right now, he needs this timeout because he's really bending over on the sideline, huffing and puffing.
To the lead at three, and we're going to keep things here with 2:48 in this third. James Clare, a reserve player, doesn't always play a lot, with a big basket there to trim the deficit to three.
This is what has made Douglas so good this year in the 11th region. They get contributions from every single person that they put in the game.
All right, to remind you, more high school basketball coming up tomorrow. Sean and I from opening round of the girls' Sweet 16. Simon Kenton and Frederick Douglass will be on the air at 8 p.m. Should be an outstanding matchup between the Pioneers and DJ Moberly's Broncos.
I'm so happy for that young man. Again, I can't speak enough on how proud I am for, that every year he's been here, he's done something. 3 years, 21 seasons. 2 times get to the Sweet 16, and there's something about this season. If he gets past Simon Kitten, I like his chances of getting to the finals.
Broncos picking up, extending the pressure. As Dawson going to draw some attention. There's Gage Richardson underneath Moreno. Kept it high and connects.
Great play right there by Gage Richardson. Good, simple play, getting the ball to Moreno in a 2-on-1 situation for a great finish.
There's Dakari Talbert trying to round the corner, and a foul on Gage Richardson of Great Crossing.
Yeah, that's a tough out for Gage Richardson, trying to stay in front of Lil Talbert.
There's Dakari Talbert to inbound underneath. And J.J. Jenkins deflected away by Holman as DeMarcus Surratt now will handle for the Broncos. Jenkins flings a three, and Richardson collects on the backside for Great Crossing.
Now you got to sneak down on him.
Moreno, the entry, deflected back out. Now it's L.J. Holman, lobs to Malachi, and a very smart foul as Terry Kaysen helpless underneath. And a Bronco foul, possession underneath Great Crossing.
Yeah, there was nothing. There was nothing that that Terry Kaysen can do in that particular situation but foul.
Holman finding Moreno as Boy Talbert spotting Moreno about 12 inches. There's a three that's off, and Moreno!
Tip dunk by Moreno.
Gonna have a crossing timeout as Malachi Moreno with a tip slam.
One thing I can say about this young man, I don't see too many weaknesses in his game. I really don't. He's got great hands. The only thing he hasn't shown me on a consistent basis, I just haven't seen him do it yet, is shoot a 15-footer. But as far as great hands, great feet, a great defender for him size, he's got the total package.
We'll be right back after this.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Let's take one more look at the Malachi Moreno slam, and very quickly Steve Page wanted a timeout as the lead now back at 7 for Great Crossing.
Well, he got caught on a small, and the ball went up, and there was nobody around to stop him from getting that tip dunk, Chris. And what a great smart timeout by Coach Steve Page, really starting to make an adjustment as far as what they want to do for these last 40 seconds.
There's Dakari Talbert on the handle for Frederick Douglass, trying to get over the hill. They keep creeping up, but then Crossing makes the plays necessary to open a little margin. There's Talbert, the entry to Avion Chenault. Chenault, Claire pull up, well long with that one.
Yeah, I don't think that's the shot that they wanted, but it challenged Moreno. Just wasn't the right guy.
And now Crossing with the lead with a minute and then some in this third quarter. Holman enters it down to Moreno. Richardson cuts, and it's long, and the foul goes for Brady Orem.
The freshman, right place at the right time.
Great Crossing led by 7 at half, and despite the theatrics, they've added 2 to that margin. They now lead by 9. There's Surratt veering in. Step back 2, Shorten. Claire cleans it up, and that was not a good idea.
No, he had no chance going over Moreno with that one. Tell you what, great defensive stance the last 3 minutes of this basketball game from Great Crossing.
There's L.J. Holman for the Warhawks. And Richardson nearly lost the handle on that. And he's on the sideline. So an unforced and uncanny turnover, and it's going to be Broncos possession as Tate Robinson will check in with 11.7 in this third quarter.
And Murray's got his three-point marksman in, seeing if he can get a three of some sort with these last 11 seconds to go in this third quarter.
Under 7 around the clock to J.J. Jenkins at 5. There's Busen on a mismatch. Logan puts it up. It's long. And that's going to close quarter 3. His great crossing leading Frederick Douglass 47-38. We'll step aside fourth quarter. Live from Paul Lawrence Dunbar is up next.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Great crossing by 9 as we get set for the fourth. This Warhawk team so resilient. They've had an answer almost at every turn.
Yes, they have. And, you know, you got to credit their defense. They turned it up. They forced some turnovers, and then Malachi had a couple blocks that led to some transition buckets. And that's the reason why they're up 9. Douglas has got to come back out, slow down a little bit. But to me, the wrong guys are shooting the basketball for Douglas. I mean, Buse is not a scorer, and he's shot a couple shots. And, they just got to get some James Clare taking shots. I mean, those are not the guys that you want to have taking shots in this type of situation.
Crossing ball to begin is Dawson working opposite J.J. Jenkins.
They're trying to clear the side.
Well, L.J. Holman, a long 2. That's off, and a rebound claimed by DeMarcus Surratt for Douglas. Robinson, a high arcing 3. And Chenault chases down for the Broncos.
He hasn't got going yet, Robinson.
J.J. Jenkins tries. That's off as well, and Busen tried to box out Moreno, and the Warhawks with a rebound.
Yeah, I mean, in order for Douglas to have some type of success, they got to hit some of these jump shots because it's going to be tough getting to the rim and finishing over Malachi.
There's Vince Dawson idling left, pull up short, and touch last by Moreno. It will belong to Douglas.
Good defense right there by Douglas, forcing a tough shot by Vince Dawson.
What's the formula for a comeback?
Well, first of all, they got to make some shots, talking about Douglas. 2, they got to come up with a strategy to make sure that Malachi doesn't get anything off. I mean, I would foul him once he got the ball down there instead of just giving him a straight layup.
And there's a lid on the basket at the other end as the Broncos have missed 4 threes to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but in order for them to have a really good comeback, they got to start making some of these jump shots.
There's Moreno up top. Vince Dawson lobbed to Moreno, and Chenault will challenge and pick up the foul.
Great play right there by Vince Dawson and Moreno. 2-man game. Coming off a pick and roll, give and go type of action for the lob. Good athletic play by Avion Chenault to not let that happen.
Bill Moreno 2 of 2 from the foul line. Back for 2 more.
Now we're in the fourth quarter. Moreno know he's going to get fouled some, Chris. Let's see if he can make these down the stretch. Uh-oh. See, that would be my strategy right now. He gets no easy layups the rest of the game. Everything he gets is from the free throw line.
There you see Murray Garvin looking down at his notes. There's Moreno.
Oh, yeah.
Like a violation on Brady Orem, so that'll negate the free throw attempt. Now it's Broncos' possession, but they got to do something down at this end.
They sure do, Chris. They got to get some type of efficiency from the three or a score, period, just so they can get in their pressure.
And Surratt, leading scorer tonight at 12 for Douglas. There's the entry to Logan Busen.
So you got to come off this screen hard right here. Come off of it hard and attack him. See, that's not fast enough.
Chenault comes to a jump stop, and he's going to float it in the corner, and Surratt on the sideline for a turnover.
Tough play right there. That's just the presence that Malachi Marino has, being a 7-footer and as active as he is.
Gage Richardson, you go back in that third quarter, that Jamari Mason three was huge for Crossing.
Yes,
got it on an offensive rebound. Orem sealed off baseline. As Malachi Moreno around to Vince Dawson. Dawson comes to a jump stop through contact, trickles it in.
There's another player on this floor who's a big-time player, and his name is Vince Dawson, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Marcus Surratt over to Busen, foul line. Surratt step back three, that's well long and out of bounds, and Great Crossing controlling this fourth quarter.
Yeah, I don't like that shot right there. I call that a give-up shot. There was no rhyme or reason for him to take a step back challenge three right there, trying to win this game.
Look at Moreno beat everybody down the floor in Busen.
And then they don't get back. If I'm Murray, I'm calling a timeout here just to settle my guys down. But they didn't give up a layup, thank God. So let's see if Moreno can make these two free throws.
Logan Busen back to deny the field goal attempt. And this one rammed in.
He did. He's only shooting 62%. And I tell you what, it worked for Bryan Station the other day. Let's see if he can solidify this game by making Douglas pay for fouling him every time.
And Great Crossing now a high watermark advantage at 13 points.
Yep, they created a decent push cushion right here, but as we've seen Douglas come back before.
J.J. Jenkins trying to back his way in. Tate Robinson flings a three.
Wasn't ready right there.
And Surratt, a strong rebound underneath, and a foul on Great Crossing's L.J. Holman.
Good hustle there by Douglas, just chasing the ball down, beating Great Crossing the balls right now in that possession.
So the Broncos 0 of 7 from three in the first half. J.J. Jenkins did make one in this second half, but that's been all. Tate Robinson on the inbound.
Douglas looks quite stagnant right now. They got to get some ball movement and player movement.
Evian Chenault, a roof scraper is in.
Needed that one.
And a full timeout for Douglas. The lead at 10. 4:40 to play. More coverage for the 11th Region Championship right after this.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
10-point game with 4:40 to play as Great Crossing has led through the meat of this game. Douglas had a 1-point lead on 2 occasions in the first quarter, but it has been controlled by Crossing.
Well, the name of the game is basketball, and the object of the game is putting the basket in the hole. Whoever puts it in the basket the most wins the basketball game, and that's what's happening right now. You know, even though Great Cross is not shooting a lot of threes, they're scoring at least 45 to 50% of the time, where Douglas is just struggling big time on the offensive end. And like we said earlier, they had to make jump shots to really have a chance tonight, because it was going to be tough getting things to the rim, and that's the telltale of the game thus far.
That's only the Broncos' second made three tonight. This is a team coming in, shoots at 34%, but they have been held in check.
Yeah, now Douglas has got to do a better job and really turn up the heat defensively to try to create some turnovers.
Richardson to inbound. And deflected by J.J. Jenkins and saved in the corner. That's Logan Busen.
There you go. Forced one already with their pressure.
There's Avion Chenault. What will happen here? No, that's long. Busen backside. Number 5, Travis Jones on the floor for the second time tonight for Douglas. Jenkins around the corner. Oh my, out of bounds.
Tough play right there by J.J. Jenkins. Busen wasn't ready for it.
Dakari Talbert back in as the Broncos try to invigorate this meager offensive effort thus far.
Yep, got to continue to just do what they do. They got to continue to give themselves a chance by turning Great Crossing over with their pressure.
LJ Holman in backcourt being badgered by Travis Jones. Holman all the way to the basket, lays it in, and a foul.
Yeah, Travis Jones comes in. Was a starter at the point guard last year. Hasn't played much, especially late in the year. LJ Holman smelled blood right there and went right at him, coast to coast to the basket for and one.
Basket here would match Great Crossing's biggest lead this evening. Some perspiration on the near sideline as the official Chaz Beerbaum taking a look, and now LJ Holman back trying to complete the three-point play for Great Crossing.
Great move, tough move right there by LJ.
(54-41).
Douglas needs something good here, just so they can get back in their pressure defense.
Dakari Talbert a lob, and Chenault gets it to go down.
Great execution on the lob play right there by Douglas.
That'll reduce it to 11 with 3:40 to play. Holman swerves it near sideline.
Uh-oh.
Picked away by Dakari Talbert, and Talbert will take it up and in.
Great steal there by Talbert. That's what he's been doing. Uh-oh, another steal.
And Chenault is on the baseline, so back to Great Crossing with 3:12 left.
See, this is where Douglas is good. You know, when they're behind and they're playing with more of a sense of urgency, you're going to see more back tips, more active hands, and more steal opportunities to create scoring opportunities on the other end.
Nearing the 3-minute mark is Vince Dawson into front court. And Cooper, the astute decision to defer and pass it around the horn.
Got to trap the basketball.
Fourth team Broncos foul with 2:49 left.
Now, from a strategic standpoint, Murray's got to decide when he's going to start fouling.
As Great Crossing now to inbound. Cooper steers a three. That one not going to go, and Talbert chases it down for Douglas and then lost it as it's poked away from behind, and Jenkins digs it out. Talbert a three.
Good look.
That would have brought it to 6, and the Broncos pick up their 5th team foul with 2:33 left as Avion Chenault sided in backcourt.
That's his 3rd, right?
It was J.J. Jenkins' 3rd prior, and it's also the 3rd on Avion. So Vince Dawson, 73% free throw shooter.
This is what championship teams show that they are a championship team by making free throws down the stretch.
And Vince now trotting over to the sideline. Maybe some blood on that lower left arm there being absorbed. As this will serve as a de facto timeout for both teams with 2:33 on the clock, and Dawson do one more free throw. And Steve Page signaled he wants a 30-second timeout.
Not a bad idea.
So a 30-second pause. We'll join them as well. 10-point game, 2:33 left. More coverage right after this pause.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Vince Dawson, one more free throw as Great Crossing leading Frederick Douglass by 10 with 2:33 in this 4th quarter. Crossing led by 5 after one, by 7 at half. Broncos reduced it to 3 in the 3rd quarter. And then a couple of huge threes for Crossing, bumped it back, and now it's a 10-point deficit. Talbert, a racing 3 is in.
Big time shot by a big time mental player right there. He's got a heart of a lion.
Richardson in backcourt as the Broncos try to will their way back in this game. There's Richardson over to Moreno, and he is fouled by not one but 2 Broncos.
I hope they gave it to Talbot and not Chenault.
They did. So Dakari Talbot, the guilty party. Again, 2 free throws for the balance of this game on every Broncos foul.
I mean, not a bad idea. I'm not giving him layups. If he beats me, he's got to beat me from the line. Good shot there.
Vince Dawson again being attended to.
They're just showing so much poise and so much experience. You know, just handling the basketball when they get their opportunities from a foul situation, going to the line and making them.
There's nothing they've not seen.
No.
Jenkins snares the rebound, so an 8-point cushion as Surratt needles his way underneath, and that's erased as well by Moreno.
Yep. I like the aggressiveness, the attack mode that Douglas is in, but they got to play with one another. They're going one-on-one, and they're not getting anything. By the time they get to the rim, they're going 1-on-3. They got to continue to play better with each other, move when the guy's driving.
Talbot to inbound, Chenault in the corner. Now Avion drives, lays it off. Surratt follows, and it goes in.
Great reverse tip by Surratt. Big time athletic play. Only a 6-point game with 1:54 left, Chris.
We'll keep things here as the Broncos pause play. Now it's extended to a full. That's our cue. 6-point game, more coverage from the 11th Region Basketball Championship on Glycod.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
With fast signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast signs, make your statement.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Chris LaBar, Sean Woods, camera operator John Strange back at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. The lead is 6 for Great Crossing. Warhawks will possess the basketball out of a timeout.
Tell you what, Douglas is right there, and I'm sure he's going to come back out with the pressure. He's got to continue the pressure, though, Chris. He can't, after a pass or two, you got to continue to press them, not let Malachi get a wide-open layup, foul him, but make somebody else make a shot in duress.
Broncos only one timeout left. Crossing with to the arrow in favor of Frederick Douglass as Great Crossing will inbound.
Uh-oh, another one!
And Robinson deflecting that. It's going to ricochet off the backboard and then off the baseline.
It's amazing. You know Douglas is going to pressure you. And somehow, some way, they find a way to just steal the ball from you. I mean, it's amazing.
Richardson finds Dawson. That's where they want it. As Dawson back to 11, Richardson.
Got to get it across. Got to get it across.
And it is as Moreno finds Gage Richardson with 1:33 remaining.
Yeah, you got to just run them now. You got to run them.
Great Crossing certainly in no hurry as Talbot with the foul, and Vince Dawson will be sent to the free throw line for 2.
That's the wrong guy to foul, though. Vince Dawson shooting 73%. You had Jamari over there, Mason with the ball on the wing, and he's only shooting 50%. Got to foul him.
To Dawson, one of his last 2. That makes it a 3-possession game.
They must do that. They make their free throws. It'll be tough to overcome for Douglas.
Vince over 2,500 career points. The rebound collected by Chenault.
Left the door open. Got to drive him.
Chenault tries a 3. Not gonna go. Surratt tapped it to Avion, and DeMarcus got it to go. And the Broncos extinguish their timeouts. So we'll keep things here in what is a 5-point lead with 1:13 remaining in this game.
Great Crossing, you're winning. Why are you back on your heels? You got to stay aggressive. All you got to do is get the ball, over half court. Even just throwing it at the high post to Marino relieves you a little bit. But you got to get the ball over half court because, in order to win the Sweet 16, you got to cut out some of these mishaps that you're having against okay pressure. Championship teams got to run through this pressure and attack it for layups. And Great Crossing's just not doing that right now.
Well, that was one of the comments Coach Page mentioned before the game. He knew Douglas would get on their patented runs, and to their credit, they have, and we got a ball game.
No doubt about it. But that doesn't give his guys an excuse to go back on their heels, attack that pressure. When they did, they scored. Now they're waiting for this to become a game. You can't wait for Douglas's pressure. You got to anticipate it, embrace it, and attack it.
How long do the Broncos let this next play go on before committing a foul?
Well, you got to make sure that the right guy gets the ball. You know what I mean? And for them, if Jamari Mason's in the game, and which he is, every time he touches it, I got a foul.
Got L.J. Holman out there. He's a 71% foul shooter.
Everybody else is above 70% besides Malachi. So Malachi and Jamari Mason are the 2 guys I got to foul right away.
5-point game, 1:13 left. The winner on to the Sweet 16. Richardson flings it in to Holman, and Talbot knocking it out. It's going to stay. Great Crossing ball underneath.
Side out of bounds for Great Crossing. Oh, it's underneath out of bounds.
To Will Richardson, rather a Gage Richardson to fling it in.
See, I got to foul him.
There's Holman. Poked away from Dakari Talbot.
Look at that steal right there.
There's Talbot for a 3. Backed it in! The lead at 2.
Another steal.
And Jenkins with a steal. Surratt and Moreno with a rebound and a foul with 44.2 left.
Wow.
The Broncos nearly tie the game as Talbert rams in a big threes. We'll take a look here momentarily.
Great steal, great pull-up by Talbert. Hey, we've always said every night we've been here, the bank's been open, Chris. And the bank is open tonight.
Take a look at the continuation of this as Surratt nearly tied the game as Moreno for 2.
Uh-oh. This is what I'm talking about, Chris. Law of averages. I would have been fouling him long before this, but they still have a chance with only down 2.
Broncos are out of timeouts. And they're down 2.
Oh!
There's Jakari Talbert. Robinson curving. Chenault for the lead. And a big rebound by L.J. Holman with under 20 left.
Wow. Got a wide open look. Can't ask for nothing better than that. Even though Avion's only shooting 25% from 3, he is very capable, especially in a situation like that.
So L.J. Holman shoots him at 71%. Again, Broncos, no timeouts.
Ice cold by the sophomore. Shooting 71% from the free throw line. This is a big one right here, Chris. Makes it a 2-possession game.
Bottom for L.J. Holman.
Got to get a quick score. Don't worry about a 3.
Great crossing. Steve Page says, I want 60. Anxious times at Dunbar. The lead at 4 for great crossing.
What a basketball game, Chris. What a basketball game. And what an effort. A miraculous comeback by Douglas right now.
Couple of opportunities to Marcus Surratt with a chance to tie the game. And then Avion Chenault with an open 3 would have given them the lead for the first time since about the 5-minute mark of the first quarter.
Yeah, I know it, but they had 2 bunnies. Same situation that Bryan Station had against them last game. Two big-time layups that they missed to either tie or go up 1, and they missed both of them, but they're still in this game with 19 seconds to go. They got to get a quick score here, though. Don't have to settle for a 3. Get a quick score and foul right away.
Great crossing again in games decided by 3 points or less, which this, of course, right now does not qualify. They're 6-0. So they have the uncanny ability to win close games. They've seen it all. They've got the experience. And every time they're punched, they responded.
No doubt about it. But the beauty of that is they've always been up when they've won those games 3-11. They've never had to come back and be down and then won one of those games. So this team really knows how to win. No matter how tough a run the other team makes, they have sustainability, and they're being tested right now with 19 seconds left to go.
Wonderful atmosphere. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Glycod. A tremendous high school basketball game to settle the 11th region champion.
Got to put your head down, move Moreno out of the way, and get to the rim and get a quick score.
As J.J. Jenkins finds DeMarcus, and that's going to burn some time as Vince Dawson with a foul.
Only 1 second.
And great crossing, only their second team foul, so they've got 2 more to give. So great coaching by Steve Page.
Yes, it is. First, to stay out of foul trouble. Second of all, to use it to his advantage with only 18 seconds to go. You got to attack the rim.
And Moreno picks up his 3rd foul. 1.4 evaporate off the clock. Now 16.6 left, and crossing with 3 team fouls.
I tell you what, I'm thinking ahead right now. Whoever Malachi is guarding, he's got to touch the ball because Malachi wants to foul him because they got fouls to give. So I'm getting Chenault to come right back to the ball again.
There's Jenkins on the drive, and he's going to hoist an apparent shot attempt and a foul on the floor. James John says, no, sir, that foul was on the floor, but that's the fourth crossing foul. And 3/10 trickle off that time.
Chenault's got to come to the ball.
Very few people sitting down. There's Dakari Talbert to inbound. And Surratt, some precious time off the clock. A fadeaway three will not go. Chenault claims it. And it's good and a foul. Avion Chenault to the rescue on an apparent bailout rebound. And a basket here and a free throw would make it a 1-point deficit.
This is when they talk about, being impressed with Murray Garvin's teams, even when they've been up 20, whoever he puts in, they play to the last second. And that's a habit. And that's the reason why they're in this situation right now, because they're used to playing all the way to the end. And they're giving themselves a chance right now, being down 2, going to the line and cutting this to 1 and letting that pressure come again.
Avion a 61% free throw shooter, but not that it matters like this situation. It's off. Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Douglas.
It is Bronco ball with 4.5 left. And again, Douglas does not have any timeouts.
This is where preparation beats opportunity.
Dakari Talbert. Tate Robinson for the win! And Crossing survives.
Great job by Gray Crossing on that defensive situation right there. Winning the 11th region championship for the second year in a row. Going to the Sweet 16.
Let's take a look at the inbound play. As Tate Robinson had to hoist that very high as Dakari Talbert was sealed off.
Yes, he was. He should have hit Chenault right there more so than Tate Robinson.
The Warhawks 7-0 in games decided by 3 points or less. And they win tonight to move on to the Sweet 16 over Frederick Douglass, a game. Frederick Douglass team 59-57. We'll step aside. More coverage right after this.
Get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
Chris LeBar and Sean Woods back live as Great Crossing survives, defeating Frederick Douglass 59-57. Let's take one more look at this final possession for the Broncos.
Wow. They got it in, wanted to get a handoff to Talbot for a three, then a throwback, but Chenault was wide open. Great challenge by Great Crossing, and they're going dancing to the Sweet 16 again for the second year in a row.
Broncos, so many opportunities, but the story of this game, and we'll get to the stats here in a little bit, they just couldn't make too many threes tonight.
No, they couldn't. You know what I mean? And that was the ball game. But you got to give Douglas credit just because of the fight and the resilience that they showed of turning Great Crossing over time after time, the last minute and 20 seconds. And Great Crossing, they got to be lucky. They got to be feeling lucky right now, because this game could have been decided in another way if the ball would have went in 2-3 possessions ago. So, kudos to Great Crossing. Great fight by Douglas. The toughest region in the state of Kentucky, and they showed you why tonight. If you watch this game, you understand why the 11th region is the toughest region in the state of Kentucky.
Let's take a look now at your final numbers from our partners at Community Action Council. They are helping people and changing lives. 16% from three tonight for the Broncos. Very uncharacteristic. And Great Crossing's defense did have something to do about that. You look at the free throw shooting disparity. Douglas plus 10 on the glass, only 5 turnovers. Did everything needed to win, but make shots. But again, I think Great Crossing heavily responsible for that strong defense.
No doubt about it. They got the best defender in the state, 7-footer, McDonough All-American big. He was the difference tonight, and that was one of the keys, Chris. He couldn't dominate at every facet, and he did just enough domination for them to get by with a 2-point victory.
This team is so strong. I mean, they just impress you more with each passing game. And I go back to Jamari Mason. He only had 3 points, but that big three on a second chance rebound really stymied the Broncos' run. And you can underscore that middle part of the third quarter and what that meant in this outcome.
In order to win big games, you got to get some type of contributions from guys that you're not used to. And for Great Crossing, it was that. You know what I mean? So, Jamari Mason was that guy who made that three, who started that run, who didn't even score against Bryan Station last week. So, a guy that's only averaging 3 points shooting 33% from the field and only 28 from three, makes the biggest three of his high school career thus far, being a senior and giving his team a chance to have another run at the Sweet 16.
Broncos down double figures entering the fourth quarter, had a chance to win the game on a missed three to close regulation. Crossing wins 59-57, our most outstanding players on the other side of this timeout. You're watching the 11th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
The 11th Region Championship heading back for the second straight year to Georgetown. Crossing won 36 games last year. Tonight was win number 31 as they outlast Frederick Douglass 59-57. Time now for your most outstanding players from our partners and great friends at Elite Building Products. They're locally owned and committed to providing top quality products for your next home project. Visit EliteKentucky.com or stop by their Nicholasville showroom at 242 Wilson Drive. Avion Chenalta in the thick of everything tonight for the Broncos.
Did everything, had 12 rebounds, 14 points, 3 assists, only 1 turnover, 2 blocks, and 1 steal. But man, did he put on another big-time exhibition of what it looks like to be a great athlete. Not only that, but be a great anticipating basketball player. all the havoc that he caused, giving Douglas an opportunity to have a chance to win this basketball game coming down the stretch.
3 assists as well for Avion. So 14, 12, and 3. DeMarcus Surratt with 14 points as well. And Dakari Talbert, 10 points off the bench, including that rammed-in 3 that really ignited the incredible comeback.
I'll tell you what, he's always been the spark plug for this basketball team, Chris. And every time, he never ceases to amaze me because of his toughness, his courageous attitude, and not only that, confidence just oozes out of this kid, and he's only going to get better. And the scary part about this is Douglas got pretty much a lot of these guys back. You know, and he's only going to be a junior next year. You got DeMarcus Surratt coming back. The only big-time piece that's leaving, that's from a scoring standpoint, is really J.J. Jenkins. But, you know, they're really going to miss Avion Chenault too. But, man, what a miraculous effort coming down the stretch by Douglas.
Speaking of miraculous, Malachi, 21 points, 13 rebounds, 8 block shots, 2 blocks away from a triple-double.
Well, the key was not to let him dominate in every facet of the basketball game. Unfortunately, he did have a hand in every facet of this basketball game. And from blocking shots, like I said, to scoring layups, to starting the break, to just being a big-time presence. And that was the key to this basketball game, because it forced Douglas to shoot more threes than they wanted to, more of a force, more so than just letting it come to him. So different mentality, but, man, you cannot say anything less but tough effort, great effort by the Douglas Broncos. They could have laid down when they went down at the end of the third quarter, but they didn't, Chris. And that's just a credit to Murray Garvin. But give credit to Steve Page. He did what he needed to do with the number 1, number 2 team in the state to get out of the toughest region in the state and make another run and another appearance at the Sweet 16.
Vince Dawson, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. L.J. Holman with 7 points, including 3 of 3 from the foul line. He made 2 huge free throws late in this game.
Yes, he did. When things were looking shaky from the free throw line from Dawson and Marino, L.J. came up and hit 2 big ones. Tell you what, if he don't make those, maybe a different ball game right now.
Take one more timeout, back with more coverage from the 11th region. Great Crossing, a winner, 59-57 on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
And for the final time, back live at Paul Lawrence Dunbar, they have been a wonderful host for the 11th Region Basketball Tournament. Our sincere thanks to them this week, Athletic Director Damon Kelly and all the folks on the 11th Region Tournament Committee, as the tournament will end tonight with a Great Crossing win and a move on to the Sweet 16 and a 2-point win over Frederick Douglass. Speaking of Sweet 16, Sean and I on the air tomorrow night to start the girls' version of the Sweet 16. 8 o'clock airtime for the 8:30 tip between Simon Kenton and DJ Moberly's Frederick Douglass Broncos. That has the making, I think, Sean, of being maybe the most evenly matched first-round game this year.
No doubt about it. Both of them like pressing. Both of them are high-octane offensive basketball team that likes to force tempo, and it's going to be.
We're going to get Coach Page come up here for a moment. We'll have Sean chat with him as Steve Page going to join us for a couple of closing thoughts. And it's very nice of Coach to join us. We're going to get to Coach Page here in just 1 second, Coach.
Right. Here with Coach Steve Payne. Steve Page, listen, we talked the last couple days. You envisioned this, but wow. I heard you say earlier with Chris that it would be nice as a coach to be up 10 with a minute to go. You almost had that, yeah. But wow, did Douglas come back with a barrage of just pressure and hands on balls and made this thing so interesting. As a coach, I know you was just cringing a little bit, but you made it to the finish line. Yeah. And in order to get to where you're going, you got to do something you never done. And tonight, you did something that you never done. You held off Douglas, a 2-point game with a barrage that was just something that even you as a coach couldn't even control. Explain that.
Yeah, I mean, they're at the end. Obviously, they came at us. We missed some free throws. Had some kids that kind of a little shaky with the basketball. And then we just didn't offense. We got killed on the offensive glass all night long. And that's why I told them in the third quarter, at the third quarter break, I was like, if you guys rebound, we're going to Rupp Arena. And then I was really disappointed, at the end, because we executed the first part of our strategy really well, 3 fouls. Only took about 4 seconds off, but we got them from going downhill.
Right.
But we told the team they're out of timeouts. So by that time, they took that first shot and missed it. If we just get out of the way, exactly. They make it, clock runs out, and we don't have to deal with, the rest of it. And the one turnover we had late, it's funny. I showed them on film this week a play that Avion scored and then kind of jumped the passing lanes and then hit Jenkins, and he made a layup, and they scored 5 points in 2 seconds. And it was almost that same way.
Exactly.
In that. And I told them when they do spectacular things, you got to chill out. You got to calm down.
Right.
But the one part of our strategy worked great. I said going in, I'm not letting Tate Robinson beat us.
There you go.
We face guarded him the entire night. But ironically, he took the last shot, and I said, oh, my gosh, 31 minutes, 58 seconds. We've done an incredible job, and he's gonna put us out on one shot. So, but, we made them adjust their little their Spain, that they run that Spain action. So we made them adjust out of that and set Robinson in a regular ball screen. So we were able to change that. And, we actually worked on guarding Robinson 2 Wednesdays ago. So after we beat Frankfurt, and we knew we were going to be in the region, we kind of spent that Wednesday because we didn't know who our Friday opponent was going to be, and strategized for Douglas. And kind of worked on guarding Robinson. So when we got back to it, knowing that we could have had 2 or 3 days, could have played him first game, obviously. But just giving him an idea of, kind of how important it was. And, I showed him a lot of stuff on him. I think we talked on the phone yesterday.
Yeah.
I told you he made shot 8 threes against Catholic, and every single one of them left his hands look good.
No doubt about it.
So, I know he's, 0 for 2, 0 for 3, and then had that back cut layup. But, we rebound the ball, take care of the ball at the end. We don't have to deal with the end. But the great thing about basketball and sports, doesn't matter during the game. It's at the end of the game.
That's right. So you guys are surviving in advance, and it almost became an identical game to the Bryan Station deal the other night. They had a layup or so. If they make that layup, it's a different ball game. Chenault had that opportunity right there after a steal, missed the layup. You got the rebound, you come down, and your sophomore came out of everybody else and made 2 free throws. If he don't make 2 free throws, who's to say? Because that's what you won by.
100%. Huge free throws. Like I said, when he made those, I felt like, okay, we're in incredible shape here because we're up more than a possession. And they have no timeouts left. So that's why I didn't, after they got the rebound and the ball got knocked out of bounds on us, that's why I didn't call a timeout at the end, because
you didn't want to give them an opportunity because they didn't have timeouts.
And Coach Garvin probably would have went for a 2 there.
Right.
Because they had so much momentum. And, he didn't allow him a chance to, draw something up and talk to his kids a little bit. So sometimes the best advice is say nothing. You know what I'm saying? We defended it exactly like we defended Bryan Station. We gave one little, we kind of stopped Talbert, and he kind of was going to shoot it and realized he probably didn't have an opportunity.
Exactly.
And Robinson came in behind it, and when it left his hands, I could tell it was short, but then it just kept traveling. I'm like, I think it's short. But, so it's one of those things for a second. You're like, oh, my gosh, we actually did win because of the way we handled it. I thought they cut it to 10, and then LJ kind of had the and one down here, got us back up 13, and I felt pretty comfortable. And then it's like those last couple of minutes, the kids felt it. We stopped running offense. I kept imploring them, we got to run offense. We just can't play keep away for 2.5 minutes. And they kind of went away from, just some of our motion offense that we do to kind of milk the clock and try to get great shots and make them guard us. But the great thing is we can watch film and actually have an opportunity to work on it the next time we play, because it would have been worse if we're watching film and in disarray. Heck, I don't even think I finished the Lyon County film yet from last year. So I watched a couple quarters one day about 6 months later, and I had to turn it off halfway through the third. So.
I'll tell you what. We've said it all year. You said it. Every coach in this conference has said it, this region. This is by far the toughest region in the state of Kentucky. This is the SEC of Kentucky basketball, the 11th region. And even though you're the number 1, number 2 team in the state, you knew it was going to be a booger bear getting out of this region, getting an opportunity to play some people that you haven't seen before and hadn't seen you. But you knew that you were in for a dogfight. Just how it was going to end, by what margin, so on and so forth. You knew to embrace this situation, right?
I mean, we knew back 2 months ago that there was a good, likelihood we were going to have to beat both Bryan Station and Douglas if we wanted to get to our ultimate goal. Last year we played Bryan Station first, but the way the brackets went out, we kind of got our perfect draw. And it's not saying we got Bryan Station semis. I'm not trying to say that was our perfect draw. My point is we wanted to have a game we could be comfortable in the first round. We didn't, and I would have been okay to play Douglas just because we were playing at our place. But Catholic's really good and Central's really good. So that first game gave us a nice end to the tournament. And then, it's crazy. We hadn't lost since like December 26th, 27th. Had some, LJ's really grown up, had to take over the point guard spot. I think we're 18-0 since he took it over.
He's been the key, and he didn't turn it over maybe once tonight.
I think he had 3, but they were all late.
Yeah,
they were all, I think all 3 of them were late. You know, he was a little disappointed in himself afterwards, but that's you know, as a coach, obviously, you know, they wanted to win a game, but as a coach, I would have hated for a young sophomore like that to play so well and allow a mistake that he made, and that would have devastated that poor kid for a while. So it was great that his teammates picked him up, found a way to get a stop, you know, on that last shot, and and pulled out the victory.
Well, Coach, you cut the nets down in at Paul Lawrence Dunbar at the regional finals. What do you have to do? What's the chances of you cutting the nets down the Sweet 16? What has to get done?
Great thing, Sean. I got 16 days to worry about that. You know, a lot of people didn't like that. I voted for, you know, let's get this thing over and let just one team have to worry about 16 days. I kind of sat down one day and pinned out a schedule for us for the next 16 days just so I was prepared if we won. So tomorrow I'm not looking around. The kids aren't looking around at me tonight going, what are we doing tomorrow? I've already know what we're going to do. So, you know, we're just going to have to come play. I mean, you know, St. X is a bear.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, we're opposite brackets, and it really doesn't matter. Somebody told me you could drop me in the finals, let's go.
There you go.
I don't care who we play.
There you go.
So, you know, we're experienced now as a staff, experienced as players. We'll do some things differently off the court than what we did last year. You know, that we felt in retrospect. I don't think it affected the outcome on that Saturday morning, but some things we should have done, you know, where we ate and things like that. We should have done some of that stuff differently. So now we can, we can do that this year. But just having this group, man, I couldn't be, more proud of them. You know, they've really, came in as, young kid. Vince been with us from day one. He was at the first open gym back when before our school was open. So I'm just so proud and happy for them that they get to finish their high school careers in Rupp Arena. Yes, we want to have that. We've been talking about all year. Let's get that biggest trophy that they hand out. But nothing's better than no matter what result happens in Rupp Arena that we actually get to finish our year in Rupp Arena.
Well, Coach, enjoy this tonight. You got 2 weeks to prepare, 2 weeks to embrace this wonderful journey that can continue. And I'll see you down in Rupp, man, and hopefully within 3 or 4 nights you'll be cutting down the nets.
Yeah, we're going to try.
All right, buddy. Good. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back live for the final time as Great Crossing defeats Frederick Douglass tonight, 59-57. Thank you to Coach Steve Page for joining us. Steve and Sean, that'll wrap up the regular season portion of our schedule, and what a great way to end it.
Wow. I mean, we had – Glycod's been doing a great job all over the state, even in southern Indiana. But I hope those guys are jealous of us, Chris, because I think we had the most exciting run this year as far as telecasting the best basketball in the state, which was the 11th region, and also the 42nd and 43rd district also tournament. So kudos, it's been great. We get a chance to watch the 11th Region women's basketball team playing the Sweet 16 tomorrow, and the Douglas Lady Broncos with DJ Moberly. But great effort by Douglas men's basketball team against the number 1, number 2 team in Great Crossing. But they did what they had to do. Now everybody in the state of Kentucky can relax a little bit for 2 weeks and prepare to watch the Kentucky McDonald All-American who's signed to go to Kentucky play 2, 3, 4 more times.
Coverage again tomorrow at 8 o'clock for the girls' Sweet 16. Tip at 8:30 between Simon Kenton and Douglas. That'll do it for us, for our executive producer, Steve Bird, our camera operator, John Strange, and for Sean Woods. I'm Chris LeBar. Good night. You've been watching the 11th Region Basketball Championship from Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista. Tech 24. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment. And Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.